BTC, but basically today, very likely it's going to be a boring day. We might see some price action slightly to the downside. So I'm going to explain to you what I'm expecting for Bitcoin in the next coming days. You can take your own conclusion today about this. But we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at some on-chain data, some other charts. We'll also take a look at some altcoins if you feel like it. So yeah, guys, let's all, first of all, go here and scroll down and smash up that like button. 13 likes already. Thanks, guys, for the insane support. Very much appreciated. Now, yeah, to the downside. Let's crack on. I'm just going to go through the comment section right now. But while you're coming in, joining in, when we're 50 here watching, we're going to start, looking at BTC first and see what could potentially happen. So yeah, make sure to smash up that like button, guys. Yeah, today's the weekly close. Okay, this is something that I've been analyzing now for the last couple of weeks, actually. Retesting the resistance of the support. We got a weekly close, which is going to be looking pretty good in my opinion, above this resistance, turning it into support. We're analyzing Bitcoin here because Bitcoin is still in this kind of a descending wedge. Now we are creating some kind of massive bullish divergence here. Well, they're not extremely massive, but we can see the RSI here on the 4 hourly. Let me just get this a little bit thicker here so you can see the RSI, where we are slightly creating higher lows and we are creating lower lows here on the RSI in the 4 hourly. This is indicating me that, yeah, some kind of reversal will happen soon. And this doesn't mean we could do this, okay, guys? It could very much happen. Now, everybody thinks that the reversal is going to happen from here. Then what you have is, fake outs. This, in Bitcoin and crypto, fake outs happen every single time. Breakout traders get stopped out a lot of the times, and so this is why we could, I'll become very extremely bullish if we do see this kind of price action, okay, where we do have that wick to the downside and then bounce back up, getting everybody extremely bearish, everybody shorting to at least the low 40k levels, and then you have that potential reversal. Okay, this is called, a potential trap. Now, it could happen to the upside also and then get the reversal. Okay, we do see that happening a lot in on descending wedges, or depending on the volume and the kind of price action that we have, okay, here. Now, this is a pretty large consolidation. It's been consolidating here for the last 2 weeks now. So this is a pretty large consolidation already. So that move is coming. It is coming very, very soon. It might be today. It might be in 2-3 days. It doesn't matter, but it is coming very, very soon, all right? The consolidation is getting to its end. We're going to see an explosive move to the upside or to the downside. We do not know. We need to try and react with the volume, because all depending on the kind of price action that we do have to the downside, if it is very, very low volume, it is very likely going to be a fake out. If we see a massive wick here on the 4 hourly, it is very, very likely going to get a massive reverse. Or even though to the upside, if we do see very low volume and then a massive rejection and come back down, it is very, very likely to have a massive spike to the downside before we potentially get a reversal. Now, in the immediate short term, we are in a downtrend, okay, here. It is pretty clear, right? We are bearish. We are having bearish momentum to the downside. But we need to see, potentially RSI. And RSI is indicating us that we could see a potential reversal, okay, because of these bullish divergence. RSI is creating slightly higher lows. Price action is creating lower lows. Okay, so yeah, this is what we need to pay attention. If we do break to the downside, I'm going to see it as a big fat fake out, okay? Very likely. We could retest 44, we could retest 43, but I am looking for that potential massive bounce from there because of these bullish divergence on the 4 hourly chart. Okay, guys, so that is my take here on BTC in the immediate short term, looking at the 4 hourly to see what's going to happen in between today and tomorrow. I think today is going to be pretty boring. We're just going to see a slightly sideways action and slightly to the downside, continuing here with these lower highs and lower lows. All right, I would be very surprised if today's Sunday we do actually get an explosive breakout to the upside or to the downside. Very likely it's going to be pretty boring, guys. Let's make sure to smash up that like button all together. And yeah, I'm going to go through the consolidation bang bang bangs, as Mark Dutch. Yes, you got it. Just going to go quickly here through the comment section. Say hello. Get your cup of tea ready. If you haven't, get your kettle on because we're going to do over an hour live stream here. Thank you, brother, says Jimmy. Gala says Mohammed. We can take a look at Gala, guys, for sure. Now, we have to concentrate on Ethereum. I haven't checked out Ethereum. We'll take a look at Ethereum afterwards if somebody says it in the comment section. But mainly, also, we were taking a look at AVAX, guys. You know the deal. I think AVAX will continue to the upside. This does not mean that after this small parabolic run, because this is a small parabolic run in just 4 days, yeah, expect AVAX to actually come down to retest the low 100 or even slightly below, even hitting the low $90 levels, okay, with a little bit of volatility. You don't get a run up like this and just continue like this, okay? It is very unlikely. We have to see some waves here, some slightly waves to the downside in the next coming days, I think, before we potentially continue up. Now, this is going to help if BTC does have that drop to 44, 43K levels, in between today and tomorrow. We'll see AVAX have that that kind of retracement here before we continue to the upside. And we do have this resistance that should be backing up nicely as support, and we also have these major support levels, right? Now, if we take a look at volume, the reason why also that I think we should be getting a massive bounce if we do retrace, looking at the 4 hourly, and you can take a look at any exchange. I've got calculated by TradingView, but it doesn't matter really. You can go on Coinbase, okay, and on Coinbase you can clearly see that there's a massive spike in volume here on AVAX, and I'll take a look at Gala right now. But I just had AVAX here on the chart because I wanted to take a look at AVAX. The massive spike in volume here of this buying pressure should be holding very, very nicely as support, all right, if we do come down there in the next coming days. And it is very, very likely. So low 100, even 90, low 90 $90 levels on AVAX is potentially where we could get a massive, massive bounce because of this because of this massive volume, all right? This volume is what we want to see when you are starting to change the trend, okay? If you see this kind of low volume during the retracement, and then you see a spike in volume, this is indicating that you are potentially having the force to change the trend, okay? And this is what we want to see. So very, very likely that AVAX in the next coming days is going to retrace, but will be forming a nice higher low for the potential trend continuation. So yeah, this is what we got for AVAX. Let's take a look at Gala here straight away. Not looking too bad, not looking too bad. We didn't manage to get above this massive support area. Okay, we did have a kind of a descending triangle right over there where we broke down and came all the way down here to retest this support on Gala. Now, volume is really low, so I think being in a downtrend, low volume, it is indicating me that selling pressure is getting exhausted, but there's potentially no buying pressure also. So if there's no buying pressure, we could consolidate and continue to the downside here slightly for quite a few days or a few weeks until we start seeing some buying interest, and some spikes in volume and price action to the upside. And that is going to be the trigger, the indicator that there is potentially going to be a shift on the trend direction. So overall, I think Gala is just going to be is potentially going to come back down and retest this major support at the 36 cent level. We could hit these lows, and if Bitcoin does come down to 42, 43k levels, all right, in the next coming hours, days, it is very, very likely that a lot of altcoins are going to have that spike to the downside, okay, and create a slightly lower low, and this is just going to be part of a massive consolidation before we actually see some spikes in volume to the upside, guys. It's still pretty bearish. It's still looking pretty bearish. So yeah, I would wait for BTC because BTC is very likely have that spike down, okay? I do see BTC having that last spike down, get everybody super bearish, get all those breakout traders being bearish, right? They're saying, okay, we're going down, very likely we're going to retest the 41k levels, and you know, just get them really bearish at 45, 44.5, and then, you know, at 43 or even higher than that, just get that massive reversal and get all those, trap all those shorts, okay, and where we're going to have a massive bounce. Now, this doesn't mean that this bounce right over here that could potentially happen in the next coming days, I'm not sure if there's going to be enough buying pressure to get above. Guys, we've got a huge resistance here on Bitcoin, and we need to take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum mainly, and the traditional stocks, to see what could happen in the altcoin space also, right? I am relatively bullish in the next coming weeks, but immediate short term, we might see a lot of volatility to the downside. So if BTC does break this resistance from this descending wedge, we know that we should be hitting about 52k levels, potentially hitting 53, but we have such a huge amount of resistance right there, guys, that we might get massive rejection. Massive rejection, all depending on the volume and the type of consolidation. Because if we do consolidate at 52, 53 for a couple of days, that is going to get me really bullish, especially if we do have a pretty nice volume, green volume to the upside, and we do consolidate here at this major level where we do have the highs of September, we do have the higher low major support level, then this is going to be looking pretty good. We're just getting ready for that potential breakout, like a small reaccumulation bull flag. But yeah, this until that happens, then we'll analyze that to see what happens. But overall, you know, what I'm expecting here is we either consolidate inside of the wedge and break up, or we break down into a massive kind of fake out and then have a massive reversal. Those are the two scenarios that I'm expecting here. They are both bullish with one slightly bearish in the immediate short term, okay? That is what I'm expecting here. Because of the oversold daily RSI, we got some bullish divergence here on the RSI on the 4-hourly chart. We've also, you know, taken a look at the daily. Is it on this one where I've got a chart here ready for the daily? Basically the analysis that we were making here on the RSI on the daily, where we do have these low highs on the price action. Okay, let me just get another clean chart here because yeah, this one right over here would do, where we do have on the RSI, okay, creating these massive lower highs right over there, over here. If you do connect the lower highs, we are just about breaking here the resistance, right? This is something that we mentioned a few days back, a few days ago, where we were actually kind of already creating a slightly bullish divergence here, because we are creating higher lows, two higher lows here, and lower lows on the daily RSI. So this looks like very much so that we are potentially gonna have a shift here. Now, volatility to the downside, yes, I would get really bullish, because those are going to be those bull traps. Okay, if we do have those dumps in the next day or two, I think I'll be very bullish. Remember, I'm in a long position here on Bybit, and I'm planning to add to my position. Yesterday we did go to $48,000. Hang on a second, guys. Yeah, we did have a little bit of pumpy action yesterday, hitting over $48,000. Anyway, I'm planning to add to my position here on Bybit if we do have that dip action, because I do see a potential fake out to the downside. All right, I do see us hitting 45, 44 or 43, it doesn't matter, and then getting a reversal, and I'll be adding to my position pretty heavily. The only reason that I entered here on Bybit right now is just in case we did not have that dip, okay? But if we have it, then I'm happy enough to add heavily to my position, because you know, getting bearish at the very end of a trend, and you know, with oversold daily RSIs is just yeah, it's a little bit risky in my opinion. Now, could this do something like this and go to $35,000? Yes, it could. But looking at the probabilities and looking at the charts, it is likely that some kind of bounce is coming soon. Now, I do not know if this bounce that we're going to have is going to have enough power to consolidate and actually continue to the upside. We might get a massive round formation here and continue down. But we analyze that in the next coming days as soon as we see, price action, volume, and the rest of it. So, yes, let's take a look at the comment section. Moon, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, moon. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to go to the moon. So Gala, that's what I got for Gala. I think Gala does have a chance to retest 36 cents. Sunday live stream with great TA. Let's thank Andy by hitting the like button. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Mark Dutch, for the insane support. Yes, guys, make sure to smash up that like button. Just over 1 hourly Sunday live stream. Let's take a look at Luna. Can you check Phantasma Soul? Yeah, let's take a look at Phantasma Soul. We can do that. But remember, guys, a lot of the altcoins might be looking a little bit too bearish. This one's looking pretty good, actually. Phantasma Soul. I remember seeing this one at just a few cents back in 2019. It was crazy. I did not like this one because of its logo, I didn't like this one because, of the name and because of the logo. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not too sure about this. But anyway, it doesn't matter what logo you got. But I remember seeing this one just at a couple of cents back in 2019, 2020. It was insane, the pump that this one's had. Anyway, I haven't got anything on here on the charts. This is on the only chart that we got here is on Qcoin, but we can go to the daily chart and analyze here the situation. Right, we do have a pretty good volume here on the daily, right over here. I like to see volume and price action, okay? I don't pay too much attention on other indicators, but when you pump, like this, you do have a retracement. You can clearly see that most of the force has been to the upside here with the volume, no volume to the downside on the daily. So we're still relatively in an uptrend here, okay? Maybe, it is true by looking at the RSI on the daily, you are having some big bearish divergence where the RSI is creating lower highs and the RSI creating lower highs, all right? Clear exhaustion in the price action right there by looking at the RSI. But you could also discuss that this is already playing out. That's already played out. These divergences have already played out because you have had that massive correction from $3.80 all the way down to the $1.90. This is over a 50% correction. So what now? These divergences have played out. So what we can see here when you are concentrated on Sol, and I think Sol is a great project, that we are having apart from these bearish divergences that have already played out. You could arguably discuss that they've played out already because you've had that correction. You are having this, couple of week consolidation. This is just about over a week, actually, not 2 weeks. Over a week consolidation here. And what you can see on the Phantasma chart here is that you are creating slightly higher lows, which is on the price action, which is good. And if you take a look at the RSI here, you are creating lower lows. And this is hidden bullish divergence. And what hidden bullish divergence indicates that you are potentially, after a consolidation like this, going to continue the trend to the upside, okay? This is what usually indicates hidden bullish divergence. So as you can see, that the bearish divergence have played out, okay? Because after bearish divergence, what you want to see is the price action going down, and the price action has gone down here since the beginning of December, right? A lot of people might think, there's bearish divergence, price needs to come lower. No, this price action has come lower already since you created the lower highs on the RSI and you created the higher lows on price action, right? So like I said, when I see the regular divergence, I want to zoom out a little bit and check out, see if we have hidden bullish divergence. Hidden divergence, in this case, it is bullish, where you do create, okay, it is right over here, hidden bullish divergence, where you, on the price action, you create higher lows, and on the RSI, you create lower lows. And yeah, this indicates me that yeah, potentially this will have a rise in the next coming days to the upside because of these hidden bullish divergence. So yeah, not looking too bad. This is looking at the daily. Now we can zoom in on the 4 hourly, and we could potentially see some slightly, you know, more sideways action. This is like an ascending broadening wedge also, which is slightly bearish pattern, but it could also be a Wyckoff not a Wyckoff, sorry, a Jesse Livermore accumulation cylinder. But yeah, I mean, this is too pretty soon, because you do see ascending broadening wedges like this, and having it finally is a massive accumulation, and it has a massive spike to the upside. Now this would be the scenario if we are going to go to the moon, if Bitcoin will be breaking above $100,000 Q1 of 2022. I'm not sure if this is actually, it is possible, but I'm not sure if this is going to happen, okay? So, yeah, in the case of a bullish ascending broadening wedge, it could be Livermore's accumulation cylinder. It is very, very possible also. But anyway, that's a little bit of speculation still. We'd have to see what is really going to happen with Bitcoin, okay? What direction is it going to take? But overall, looking at the 4 hourly chart, guys, this is indicating me that we are potentially ready for a reversal. Let me just get this out from the daily. Looking at volume here also, it is pretty clear that after these bearish divergence that have played out, you have the 4 hourly chart also having some bearish divergence. This has played out already. These bearish divergence have played out. We've had the correction after having the bearish divergence. Now what is happening right now is that we are just consolidating here. We're having a nice round formation. Volume is going lower and lower. And when volume goes down at the very end of a trend, it also indicates that there's selling pressures getting exhausted. This is why we're having this slight shift, okay? So yeah, immediate short term, a little bit of volatility to the downside is very likely, but a potential strong bounce will come very, very soon. Right, let's take a look at the comment section here quickly. Sorry guys, I'm going a little bit spending too much time on these altcoins. Mark Dutch, thanks for the thanks very much for the insane support. I can see Joseph here, moderator Terminator, which is Seb. I've got all my moderators here in the comment section. I'm going to make it a little bit of kind of educational today, a little bit of RSI, a little bit of volume. You know, it's boring on Bitcoin. It is boring. So yeah, basically what we are expecting here with this descending wedge for Bitcoin, and never mind, I said that at the beginning of the stream, just for the newcomers. Let's take a look at the super chat from Bin Chicken. Could you look at Paul's poker starter for me, please, Andy? Many thanks. Of course we can. We can take a look at anything you want if you are giving me a super chat. So yeah, thanks. Let's take a look at Paul's US dollar poker starter. And right, this is on the 4 hourly. Let's zoom out on the daily. We haven't got too much chart data here. Poker starter, Qcoin, Binance. We haven't got much stuff here on the chart, so we can see some different levels. Poloniex, okay, we've got some more data here on Poloniex. Okay. Right. I'm not sure Poloniex, they don't have much volume or liquidity. Very poor volume here. But anyway, looking at the chart, what can we get out of this chart? We've got the massive hype that happened here, January, February, March. Massive, all the way back down here to almost the start of the pump. Immediate short term, this one's not looking too bad. It is looking pretty good. It is one of those cryptos that hasn't come down and retest the summer lows, such as Chainlink, such as some other cryptos. A lot of the altcoins have been coming down to retest the summer lows. This one's looking pretty solid. I think this one can correct a little bit more. Okay, we could see some more correction here down to the low $2 range. It is very likely where we could potentially get a bounce from the resistance here, turning it into support. That is a big possibility on this one. We've had pump, retracement, pump, and now you're inside of that retracement. And this retracement doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. So we could see some slight correction. It would be nice to see Qcoin, where I do think there's more liquidity, more volume also. Coinbase, but we don't have any chart data here. But overall, I think we on PokerStarter we can have a little bit of more correction. A little bit of more correction here to the low $2 range, $2, $2.20, where we could potentially bottom out. But till then you can accumulate on this downtrend. Thanks for the super chat, Bin Chicken. TK, thanks for the $10, mate. Andy, do you know much about UFO gaming? I have not done any research on this one whatsoever, but I know it is a pretty cool, project. I've taken a look at it. I've seen other YouTubers such as Elio Trades talk about it, and I haven't done my research, okay, on this. I remember he was talking about it back in October at some point, and this one, did a really good, it did pump about a 10x or something since he mentioned it. I know it's a pretty interesting gaming project, okay, all about the metaverse, NFT gaming. I think this one will do very good. So all of these gaming projects, you need to take advantage, okay, such as Star Atlas, such as this one. Star Atlas is coming out in February, if I'm not wrong, if they do not delay the launch. All of these gaming projects that do have, fundamentals, and the tokens also have fundamentals, I think they're just going to do very well. So any kind of correction will be good to start scooping up, because this one will come back up at all-time highs. We just do not know when, if it's going to be in the next coming weeks, or if it's going to be in the next coming months, or maybe in 2025. So be ready, guys, for these long consolidations and sideways and even slightly to the downside action. Just be patient, all right, because there will be another run up and there will be another hype. Now, gaming industry, it can go much higher than what it is right now in the crypto space. Gaming is absolutely huge. I have no idea how much money there is in gaming right now, but it's still very early for these crypto gaming projects. So UFO is definitely a good one, okay, and I can tell you that because I know they do have great developers, and the game's going to be huge, such as Star Atlas, okay. And Star Atlas, there's been a little bit of too much of a hype from the launch. It crashed straight back down because this is just pure speculation with a game that hasn't even launched yet. But this is the moment, guys, when you want to start getting in and accumulating heavily, maybe on Star Atlas, maybe on UFO, because as soon as another hype comes, it will be very big, and we'll be breaking the highs here, no doubt about that. And it is going to be fast, it's going to be parabolic, and you don't want to jump in the parabolic train. You want to jump in on the sideways bearish trend, right? It is simple. I know it's boring, and you might buying and it might go lower and then you're in negative. It is what it is, guys. You just need to be patient and need to have diamond hands in this case. And gaming industry is not going anywhere. It's just staying here and it's going up. Star Atlas, great project. I'm not sure about the launching. If they're going to launch in February, they might delay it, all depending on. But UFO is also a great one. So yeah, definitely those two is going to be, they're going to be huge. Okay, there is some hidden X's on there. I'm not going to say you're going to 50x your money, but you will get, you know, some of your, you will 2x 3x your money in the near future on those gaming projects. So yeah, that's what I got for UFO. Not too much research, but I will get, I'm not too much into gaming actually, not too much into gaming. I'm one of those OGs that stayed into in the DeFi space. I'm starting to get a little bit in NFTs. I am doing a little bit of flipping on NFTs. I've got, the last two NFTs. I'm looking at some other projects right now on the NFT space. And, the last two that I just, for dabbling, was the Shiba Social Club one. So a mate told me there was a little bit of a hype. These were minting for 0.27 Ethereum. They're already offering me half of Ethereum for each one of them. And they're not even launched yet. They're launching on Monday or Tuesday. I'll be seeing which ones I've got, and I think the price will go slightly higher. And there's a huge amount of NFTs. If you join the Telegram group, if you want to ask me what new projects are coming out for raffles or for whitelist, let me know, because I am a little bit into NFTs right now. I will be starting to get heavily into gaming also. So yeah, make sure to join the Telegram group. You can always tag me there and ask me some questions. And, if I know it, I will say yes. Or if I'm doing research, I'll say, just give me a couple of days. I can get back to you. So yeah, definitely make sure to join the Telegram group. The link is down below. You got the alerts channel. So thanks for the super chat, TK. So join the Telegram group. I will be looking more into UFO. I want to start doing I want to actually play these games. I was just about to get into Axie Infinity, and there was a video from some Spanish guy that said be careful with Axie Infinity because they have some security issues, and that already just I pulled me back. So I'll be looking into UFO. I really want to get into some gaming and spend an hour, in one of these play to earn games for an hour every day. If they're really worth it, I am definitely. Backs off, thank you for the super chat. Near road to $10 bounce again. Hope new all-time high coming, says Backs off. Thanks for the super chat. Let's take a look at this one. Near Protocol. Did this one get a huge bounce? I think we were analyzing this one the other day. And okay, it's got a little bit of a bounce in between yesterday and today. A little bit of price action to the upside. I think we need to still be a little bit cautious with this one. I know it's a great project. The good thing about this one is that we do have a solid base at around about the $6.80, $7 range, where we do have a strong resistance. We have been bouncing quite a few times. The only thing I do not like is this kind of ascending wedge, okay, where you've created higher highs and you've created lower highs on the daily RSI, and these massive bearish divergence have played out already. They have played out already where you have had that massive dump. Now, this is the kind of price action that we do not like, where you are creating lower highs right there. So yeah, stay a little bit cautious on this one. I'm not sure if we are going to actually start pumping crazy to all-time highs on Near Protocol just yet, okay? Just yet. I see potentially downside action if BTC goes to 43, 42k levels. Possible fake outs from this very strong resistance. Get everyone bearish, get everyone scared, and then consolidate and start moving to the upside. Yeah, I'm not extremely bullish. I'm actually bearish in the immediate short term. So just stay a little bit cautious. All eyes on Bitcoin. You know the deal. All eyes on Bitcoin at the moment. And yeah, Bitcoin's bearish in the short term. It is in a kind of a bullish structure here, which is a descending wedge. But I just see this one having so much power to the downside on the December 4th dump that it is just very unlikely just yet to get that breakout. I mean, we were talking about this here, we were talking about it here. It is very likely to get that kind of dead cat bounce scenario, and it's just going to slowly continue to the downside until you get that dip, and then you can potentially come up, okay? That is my point of view here on Bitcoin in the immediate short term. TK, no problem, man. Make sure to join Telegram group. I mean, you can silent it because, a lot of people just talking a lot of things there. But, you can always tag me and ask me, do you take a look at UFO deeply? And, I really want to get into one of these gaming projects. Start Atlas will be one, but until the launch, I'm not going to get into Star Atlas. But UFO, definitely going to do some research on that. And yeah, definitely start on that one. A little bit off on gaming projects. Andy, can you take a look at Meta Hero? Yes, for sure. Joseph, thanks for the insane support. Hit that like button, guys, always. Let's take a look at Meta Hero. Hero, what's happened with Hero? I know there's a little bit of hype on Hero. I'm not sure how this one's doing right now. What's going on with this one? Solid area right now where on Meta Hero, looking at the KuCoin chart. I mean, it's just this is basic textbook technical analysis, which is okay. Looking at volume, I mean, textbook technical analysis with volume, it is better. Without volume, I don't like it too much with volume because you do see a lot of fake outs and a lot of breakdowns of support and resistance. But looking at the volume here, we can take a look at the 4 hourly. And yeah, on the 4 hourly, we went parabolic here. I think, it was BitBoy Crypto he talked about Meta Hero somewhere around the 27th or 28th of November, and I do remember because of his thumbnail, okay, or because of Twitter, I can't remember now, but he had Meta Hero on it, and there was a massive hype there when he talked about it on his video just a few weeks ago. It went all the way up to 27 cents. Volume was great, so buying pressure was there. And you basically created some bearish divergence looking at the RSI here, so that you're already cautious there when you start creating this kind of bearish divergence on the 4 hourly and this kind of price action just on the 4 hourly. When you start creating this lower high right over here is when you want to get your alarms already. Okay, you have this high, you have this higher high, and then you have this one. And when you start coming down and you start printing 2 or 3 4 hourly candles to the downside, yeah, you want to get your bags. You want to turn them into USDT because this one is very, very likely gonna have a massive breakdown. Now, what is happening right now on Hero is that the selling pressure has happened. Okay, the bearishness has happened already. And this is when you get bearish people all over Twitter, all over YouTube. You still see some moon boys, sticking bullish. I am one of them. But you need to get bearish when just before you have the drop, right? You need to try and detect that the bearishness before the drop. You want to get bullish, try and detect the bullishness before the pump, right? You don't want to be bullish right over here because you're going to get wrecked. You want to start looking for that potential reversal when you are hitting low levels. And in the case of Meta Hero, I do see Meta Hero potentially getting a pretty strong reversal very, very soon. Now, watch out for wicks, for volatility to the downside. But these are just going to be, bear traps, sorry. They're just going to be a little bit of, get people a little bit more bearish, more bearish sentiment, and then potentially have that reversal. Because what we had here on Meta Hero was pretty solid volume here when it was launched on KuCoin. Got a pretty decent pump. Then you have the classic correction, consolidation. Consolidations, corrections take much longer than the actual hype, the actual pump, right? When you have hypes, when you have pumps, parabolics, you need to understand that after that couple of weeks of pump action, you're going to have potentially a multi-monthly or at least weekly consolidation, much longer than the pump that you've had. So you have the pump action, long round consolidation here. This was a beautiful round formation. You know, this is just looking at the charts. You can see here that you are going up. So what we are potentially looking for here now on Meta Hero is the same situation right there, where you are. You know, you might think here that you bottomed out, right? But you have a last small dip, and then you have this last small one. But what is clear is that you don't have massive correction from here, just like when you see here from the top, you see massive correction here, massive correction right over there. You're starting to go slightly sideways here, which means that the bearish sentiment is getting exhausted. Okay, it is getting exhausted in the case of looking at the Meta Hero chart. This one being in the metaverse space, I see this one, you know, potentially consolidating here for a little bit longer. You might see slightly as downside. Okay, I'm not going to call any bottom, but I believe so that a reversal is very much coming soon because of this kind of price action, and because you are getting defended by this pumpy action that you have had here with volume. So that is what you get, guys. We want to find out where you could potentially bottom out. Look at the volume also. Volume, the selling pressure is just getting exhausted. And yeah, but the trend is very, very close to the end, to the downside. And what you're going to start seeing here in the next coming days or coming weeks, I do not know the timing, okay? And you could have slightly volatility to the downside, hitting 14, 13 cents easily on this one. But what you're going to see in the next coming days or weeks, very, very likely, we're looking at the potential scenario here, the higher probability, which will be to the upside, is having suddenly a couple of spikes in volume and a couple of price green candles here to the upside, and this kind of price action. And that is the point where you're going to say, oh, I couldn't have found out, how could have I detected this was unpredictable. And no, guys, the only good way to predict a potential pump, predict and see the higher probability, is when you see the volume getting exhausted, when you see the price action getting sideways, the selling pressure, you want to see sideways action. And this is what is currently happening right now for Meta Hero, okay? So I think it's a pretty cool project. It's in the metaverse. Another pretty high, another hype can happen if we do see Bitcoin pumping and we see the total crypto market cap getting some pumpy action in the next coming weeks. So, let me just go here through the comment section. I don't want to miss out any super chat. TK, thank you very much. Only 300. It is Sunday morning, but it's still pretty early in America. I think I have 70% of my viewers being from the States. Can you take a look at Super Farm? Let's take a look at Super Farm straight away here for Hans, for sure. See what's going on with Super Farm. Guys, if you are interested in trading, you are an experienced trader, okay? Another way of supporting the channel, okay, is using the links down below, okay, or Bybit. You get the best bonus down below, which is up to $4,100 worth of bonus. This is for experienced traders. You're not going to get $4,100 bonus by depositing $100, or depending on what you deposit, the higher bonus you're going to get. I get a small commission, you get the best bonus available, okay? So yeah, and Bybit is my favorite swing trading platform because the fees are extremely low. I'm actually getting paid by having this order open right now, because there is more people shorting than people being long, okay? And what happens here is that, basically the shorts pay the longs with fees. Check out Bybit, guys. It's the best swing trading platform. The fees are extremely, extremely low. And PrimeXBT, my favorite day trading platform. Now you get a 25% discount in fees. All right, it's not the best bonus, but you do get a discount in fees. It was 50% added to your deposit, and I think this bonus will come back. I will let you know when you can get this bonus, okay, guys, where you get 50% added to your deposit so you can trade. And the good thing about this one, you're using Bitcoin, Ethereum as collateral. You can trade S&P 500. You can trade Forex, gold, oil. It's insane. It's really good. Now, fees are a little bit expensive on that one. I use it for day trading only. I like to trade S&P 500 sometimes if I see an opportunity, and I might do a scalp on BTC, but not much more. But if you like trading Forex, or gold or oil, you're using Bitcoin as collateral, which is great. Okay, let's take a look at this crypto. This is Superfarm, and Superfarm, just by looking at this chart, it looks like that Superfarm did form, it's not a diamond reversal really, but the same thing here on Superfarm, looking at the daily, where you did have pretty good pumpy action. You are creating slightly higher lows, extremely lower highs, on the RSI here. And yeah, we are having that correction after having those bearish divergence. Now, this one went a little bit too parabolic right over here. And you might think, why didn't this support area hold? And the reason why is because you just went parabolic too soon. You've had a pump here, okay, or from this low part of the 25th of October all the way here to the 5th of November, approximately, just in less than a week. 185 pump, which is crazy for 5 days. And we just consolidated, created slightly higher highs. And when you slightly create higher highs, guys, it's not a good sign. It is not a good sign when you have this kind of price action. You want to correct, consolidate, and then potentially have an attempt on the highs. But when you attempt the highs, and you slightly create higher highs. And especially you can look at it on the RSI, lower highs, massive bearish divergence where it's indicating you that the bulls are losing steam. They do not have steam to continue up. These are the moments you want to get bullish on, like these consolidations, right? You want to try and anticipate that potential pump. And I think Superfarm, it hasn't been too long right over here. It's just been a few days here trading above $1. It would be nice to see just another couple of days. I think you are going to see some slightly price action to the downside, maybe hitting $1.90. If that happens, I think it's going to be just a bunch of fake outs. You're going to see pretty high wicks, and that is going to be part of this sideways action. And the reason why is because you are basically still in an uptrend here, looking at the immediate short term. You are still in an uptrend, right, where you are since the summer. And this is a good thing about Superfarm. We haven't retested the summer lows on Superfarm. It's price action is acting pretty solid. Now in this pump action here, you are inside of the correction, and inside of the correction, the more sideways action that you have here in the next coming days, the more volume you see lower to the downside. And this is calculated by TradingView. I'm not sure if we have another chart here on Superfarm. Yeah, we're just seeing spikes of green volume to the upside. Coinbase, yeah, we don't have too much. Yeah, we don't have data here. It's been launched on a lot of exchanges the last month, which I guess it's good news. But anyway, looking at our TradingView, basically the volume is very, very likely going to be drying out here. We have, high volume to the upside and lower volume here. We do have spikes here of volume, but that is basically, interest that's coming in. Volume is going to go lower and lower, I think. And, just the selling pressure from the top is just going to get exhausted. It's going to get exhausted. And this is the moment where we want to come bullish, guys. You want to anticipate. You don't want to become bullish here, or you don't want to become bullish when Superfarm is retesting the highs, because you might create a massive double top. But you want to get ready for that potential pump, right? And I would say take some profits here. We do not know if you're going to successfully break out or create a double top. But that move, that retest of the highs is almost inevitable, in my opinion. I think, in the next coming days, coming weeks, inside of that consolidation, we are still in an uptrend here in the immediate short term, looking at the monthly, perspective, since the summer. So I think this is a very, very solid support area, which is around about that $1 range. It's currently where we are currently bouncing. So overall, Superfarm I think it does have some pretty interesting weeks ahead where we are just going to go sideways. We're not going to see much bearishness, and we will have that potential retest of the $2 range coming at some point. Looking at this, just analyzing the price action and volume basically. When is Chainlink, says Mark Dutch. Good question. I'm going to take a look at Chainlink straight away, guys. Absolutely. Chainlink. I did see there was someone asking for Chainlink in the comment section. Let's take a look at Chainlink straight away, because I have a huge bag of Chainlink. Huge bag. I was so excited back in May, the beginning of the first week of May. I was banging, baby. I was like, oh yeah, baby, Chainlink. and yeah, a few weeks afterwards, I wanted to get a gun and shoot myself in the balls, basically, because it was the only crypto that I did not take profits. But because I have this kind of religion, if you want to say, I'm not touching this one till 2025 or something like that, or at least till $100. And that may not happen ever, but I want to believe so that it will at some point, maybe in 2022, maybe in 2025. It doesn't matter. I'm not touching any of my Chainlink. And they do have a very solid team and a very solid project, Oracle solution. It's just so important. We do need this. And I strongly believe that it will have a bright future, making the price continue to the upside. And you do need Chainlinks to actually secure the network, the nodes. So it does have utility. So anyway, enough of that. Chainlink not looking too bad. I like this kind of price action. This is looking at the daily. If we take a look at the 4 hourly. Consolidation, bang, bang. You got it. Looking at this kind of consolidation is great. I like it. When I see a drop like this, with high volume, and you just go sideways, I don't see this as a bull flag anymore. Okay, I do not see it as a bull flag. A lot of people might think, a dead cat bounce. Yes, this has actually kind of already happened for Chainlink, because we almost kind of retest the lows. You could already, you'd already discussed that this has been a dead cat bounce already, and you're just going sideways and consolidating. Now, if you start breaking a trend, starting a trend, I would say this could definitely be a bear flag. But, Chainlink has been dropping since $36. It has had over a 50%, almost a 60% drop in the last couple of weeks. How far off can we continue? This is not the same capitulation phase that we've seen back here in May. So, because it's at the very, very, I'm not sure if it's the end, but it's, definitely had quite a while here in a downtrend. I don't see this as a continuation bear flag, okay? We do have a very solid floor here from the May lows, which is the $14. And there is a possibility that if Bitcoin does hit 42K levels in the next coming days, I do see Chainlink having one of those last kind of dips, all right, where we are potentially going to see massive bullish divergence. This is on the 4 hourly. We can take a look at the daily better, and that is what is going to happen, I think, potentially, where you are going to see a massive candle here to the downside, retesting the summer lows, and that is when you're going to start creating some higher lows on the daily RSI, lower lows on the price action, and that will be the moment where you are potentially going to create a double bottom here. And the reason why you are going to create a double bottom, potentially are going to create a double bottom here for Chainlink, is because, you can see these daily, you can see the bullish divergence right over here. Same scenario, but the other side, right? Where you are creating higher highs, you are creating lower lows on the RSI. Well, something very similar, but the other way around, where you create lower lows here on the price action. If BTC hits 43, 42K, I do see Chainlink getting hit also. And then the RSI, bullish divergence, basically, the other way around. And you can see the bearish divergence playing out here massively. So I think that scenario would happen in the next coming weeks, where you bottom out at $14. This is not guaranteed. I'm not sure if we are going to hit $14, but if it does, I think we are going to see that potential. That will potentially be the last dip. And another reason why, by looking at, I think that it could create a double bottom is, looking at the logarithmic. Chainlink has such a solid growth. It is absolutely insane since 2018. Now, it would be bad news to see Chainlink, the crypto market entering a bear market. But I'm going to stick with my prediction, which is market cycles are extending. So we should be seeing some bullishness Q1, Q2 of 2022. Okay, so I'm going to stick to my theory no matter what, unless BTC starts breaking the 40k levels. Okay, if BTC starts losing this last lower high, dipping below 40,000 in the next coming weeks, then I'm going to start changing my mind and being a little bit bearish, because we are breaking major structure here on the daily, on the weekly. But overall, we are still creating higher lows. We're still creating higher highs. Looking at the daily, looking at the weekly, it doesn't matter the sentiment. More bearish sentiment, the better, guys. The more fear we have in the market, the better with chance we have of a reversal. But basically we are on the macro creating higher lows and higher highs. So it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad just yet. It will be looking bad as soon as we start losing this level. The next retracement is going to be bearish, very, very likely. So still some hope, and I'm sticking to this theory, guys, where market cycles are extending. We got the adoption chart also. The adoption chart is crazy. There's going to be over 1 billion users using Bitcoin and crypto by 2024. It is insane. We are only just about 200 million today, something like that. Okay, I don't know the exact numbers, but if adoption grows, then obviously if everybody wants that Bitcoin, if we do see inflation, financial system is totally broken. Okay, we could see some adjustments in the immediate short term. Okay, where we are going to enter a monthly bear market slightly on Bitcoin. I just don't see it. Okay, Bitcoin always wins and will always win, I think, no matter how bearish it gets. So taking a look at Chainlink, getting a little bit distracted with my own philosophy, I see Chainlink creating a similar scenario that it has been creating always. Okay, in the history of Chainlink, since it was launched back in 2017, when you have the corrective move after breaking the after correcting from the highs. Okay, if you take a look at the highs on Chainlink, every time it's corrected from the highs, it's had multi-monthly bear market sideways action, creating double bottoms. It's how the price action reacts. This is a sustainable growth from a very good project. Okay, you don't see no pump and dumps here, because this has a sustainable, and this is only a 3-year chart, guys. This is only a 3 to 4 year chart. This is so sustainable growth, it's insane. And I see this continuing. It will continue very, very likely. Solid project, insane team, developers. It will definitely continue to the upside, no matter how bearish it gets. So I see a double bottom scenario playing out just like it's had in the past. And this is multi-monthly. I've been over all of this, guys. I've been over all of this. You don't know how bearish people got over here. It was absolutely insane. Now, this time, the only reason this time it could be slightly different is because, has the market peak happened? Are we entering that bear market? Is it been the 4-year cycle already? And 4 years, I've never believed in the 4-year cycle because of this chart over here. There has never been a 4-year cycle. There's been a 4-year halvening. Okay, 4 years is because of the halvening, not because of the cycles. The price action moves differently. It takes longer from a lower, because there are diminishing returns. Apart from that, there's more people in the space, there's more liquidity, there's more people entering the crypto space right now, and it just takes longer. It takes longer, guys. The charts move slowly and consistently, and it takes longer. You're not going to see parabolic runs like we used to see, but we will see some pretty decent pumpy action. The only parabolic runs we could see is because of massive wave of institution investments. And this is the only reason, because they're going to bring in billions, not millions anymore. They're pushing billions. Billions and billions and billions. I'm a very emotional guy. Mark Dirch, yes sir. I lost patience with Chainlink a couple of months ago. Glad now I swapped into Matic. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, guys. It's just going to be a slow, steady growth. Okay, you're saying you lost hope on Chainlink a few months ago. Okay, and you can see the Chainlink chart right over here. You lost hope in Chainlink. We've only had 5 months of bearishness, sideways action. Let me just show you here with the ruler, okay, guys. You need to take a look also at what's happened, just to focus. You need to focus on this. And Chainlink is a massive bullish project. I started buying Chainlink back in early 2019, and look at the time from the peak here to the bottom. It took 38 weeks, okay, 38 weeks here to get into this bottom, which is crazy. It's a huge amount of time. You would have lost hope here also. You would have lost hope, especially after the C19 crash, especially after the March 2020. You would have lost hope. Weak hands, weak hands. I knew so many people that were panic selling right over here, and this was the best buying opportunity. Now, this one wasn't that long, okay? From this peak back in August all the way till December, it was already about 4 months, okay? 20 weeks till it bottomed out. Now, in the case of what Chainlink is happening right now, if you've lost hope already, yeah, I mean, this is a classic weak hand. You know, it's 30 weeks right over here from the top to the bottom. Now, if you take a look at this top and this bottom over here, I mean, this one was this was 48 weeks. This was 18 weeks longer. This one was slightly shorter right over here from this top to this bottom. No, it wasn't actually. It was about 30, like I said, 39 weeks to the bottom. So yeah, we could still be another 4 or 5 weeks. Just looking at the price history, looking at the bearishness that there has been before having the pumpy action, we could still be here for another couple of weeks before we see some type of bullishness. So now the only difference is that this was the start of the bear market. I mean, there was no bear market for Chainlink. You know, look at the price action for Bitcoin. Bitcoin since 2018 all the way till, Chainlink was already breaking the highs back in June of 2019 because there was two DeFi hypes here. Chainlink hasn't really entered a bear market, okay? If you want to see a multi-year bear market, Chainlink has only experienced monthly bear markets, okay? So, I mean, could this be the start of a bear market for Chainlink, multi-year bear market? I mean, it is possible, but I'm going to start becoming bearish as soon as we break the summer lows. I mean, this is already not nice. We are creating lower highs, but we're still creating higher lows on the macro. We did create also lower highs right over here, okay? So lower highs is not enough. Lower highs here, we got slightly lower high there, but we have lower highs here. So lower highs is not enough for me to think that we are in a bear trend. We're still creating higher lows, and this is why I think double bottoms is very, very possible for Chainlink. Chainlink could still come down to $14 in the next coming days, weeks, and I would still remain bullish. I'm not letting go of my Chainlink. Kay says John Cena. Oh my god, we got John Cena in the chat. Oh my goodness, John Cena. Right. Let's say John Cena is saying, just look at this chart, please. Throw a 200 moving average, a 25 and a 50 on it. It will literally at almost zero and can't go much lower and play opposite of Bitcoin. Right. Let me take a look at this. You know, I'm not a moving average guy, but we can do it. I don't like moving averages. Is this on the daily? Let me know. Is this on the daily? I don't like moving averages. I think they're just a piece of crap. And that is just my opinion, okay? But we can take a look at the moving averages. It is fine. Now, what moving average? What you want, the 200? Is this on the daily? Is this on the daily? 200 moving average. Right, 200 moving average. One over here. We got a 50 moving average. Right, 50 moving average. Let's turn this one, and this is only my personal opinion, okay? I mean, and a 25 moving average. Is this on the daily or is it on the? It should be on the daily, I guess. Everyone is different on their style of trading, okay? And I just do not use moving averages. So yeah, let me know. Okay, I'm on you now, John Cena. Right, John Cena, I'm looking at the moving averages right now. Let me know in the comment section. I mean, what is your take? By looking at the moving averages, it looks pretty bearish, I guess. BTC down. USDT is Binance's leverages token version of Bitcoin. It has its own chart that plays opposite of Bitcoin, and yes, a daily. Okay, sorry about that. Let me take a look at BTC. BTC down. Okay, this one. All right, okay. So basically we are sitting at the support of these moving averages. It is ready for a massive pump, I guess. Wrong chart. Isn't it this one? BTC down. And this is on the daily. It should be this one on Binance. BTC down against the US dollar. I just don't get this chart right over here. Yes, that's a dangerous chart, my friend. Anyone else heard of OMI token? Let's take a look at OMI. I will do some research on that chart, John Cena. OMI coin, I guess. Can you check AVAX? I did check AVAX already. John Cena, and what do you think? What does that chart say? Does it say long or does it say short? Does it say continue short or long? Let me know, John Cena, in the comment section. Let's take a look at OMI or yeah, OMI coin. I think this one is this one got to do with the NFT space, if I'm not wrong. This one's looking quite okay, actually. It is not looking too bad. We did get a pretty solid bounce from here the last couple of days, which is this 0.004 cent range. where we did have a very, very solid resistance. Nice consolidation after this pump action. The only bad thing about this one is this kind of double top, right? We did have some slightly, I wouldn't say bearish divergence. I mean, it wasn't enough power here to get above this range, but it was a double top while the RSI was making lower highs. So on OMI, it looks... yeah, I'm not sure if this consolidation will be enough to bring the price back up. I think we're probably going to come slightly lower again here before we actually see some price action to the upside. Let's take a quick look at AVAX. I had someone here in the comment section wanting me to take a look at AVAX, and AVAX basically it's at a dangerous moment right now. We were taking a look at AVAX for the last few days, and you know, I did see this potential bump and run scenario playing out for AVAX, where you are creating slightly lower highs, okay, and then you have the capitulation, then you have the nice consolidation. We are starting to see some pretty nice pump action on AVAX, and the good thing about AVAX, about this pump action, is the volume. The volume has been great, okay, back here on the 15th of December, and breaking and consolidating here. I think we're just going to have a pretty nice retracement on AVAX, so stay cautious. AVAX is looking pretty bullish, but I do see a little steep correction to the 100 or even to the $90 range before we potentially continue to the upside. Remember, we've gone a little bit too parabolic for the last few days. This is not going to continue like this. This will have a consolidation, very, very likely, before we can potentially still continue up. John Cena, just based on the way the moving averages are pulling it up and the pattern, I think into the new year we pump and then come down again. Okay. Thanks for your look. Honestly, that chart shows me that in about 3 weeks, Bitcoin comes down again, while that thing makes another big spike up wick. That we really hurt crypto. Okay. Thanks for your point of view, John Cena. I will do some analysis on that chart. I will take a look at that chart for sure. Right. Let's take a look at the comment section here to see what cryptos. Can you see Kava? BTC, what you think, guys? Let's take a look at Bitcoin in the immediate short term and also Kava. Let's have a quick look at Kava. Long time since we haven't taken a look at Kava, and Kava just got absolutely crushed from this. Not much analysis here on Kava. Looking at the daily, not much to say. I think, you know, this is these are the summer lows right over here. Price action not looking great. It's just not much to add on Kava. Kava has been a very, very strange on the chart. A lot of pump and dump action, but overall it's still in an uptrend. So maybe Kava in the next coming days is going to have a reversal from this point. Very, very hard to chart on this one. Let's take a look at BTC. Luna also. Luna been looked at? No, I think I haven't taken a look at Luna. We can take a look at Matic. Can BTC test low at 39,500? Thanks, man. SR90. It absolutely can. It absolutely can, okay? Taking a look. Olisa, thanks for the super chat. Why time is running out? I'm late. I mean, time is running out for a reversal, okay? But, you know, it might be 48 hours till the reversal. It was 72 yesterday, so time is running out. Only because of a potential move, because of this consolidation. Okay, we have been consolidating here for the last few weeks, bouncing in between resistance and support on the 4 hourly. We've only got, you know, how long have we got here? You know, potentially another 2-3 days. So it is running out. Time is running out. But we've still got a little bit of time, but it's running out for a potential move. Now, I've got a question here from C90 asking me about, can Bitcoin come down to retest 39.5? Okay, and yeah, it is very, very possible. It is very possible that we might see a little bit of scary action to the downside, because what Bitcoin does best is retest the lows from a potential dump or retest the highs from a potential pump, making, potential fake outs. Okay, so we do have this massive drop that reached about, low 41k levels. And depending on what exchange, because on Coinbase it's 42 actually. But coming down to retest this range is very, very likely. Okay, it is very, very possible. We do have a lot of momentum still to the downside, and we could see that potential retest. Now, I'm going to become bullish because I think that a reversal is coming very, very soon for BTC. I don't want to get bearish at when we have been going down for the last few weeks. Okay. I want to start getting ready for a potential bounce to the upside, and this is why I am in a long position on Bitcoin. Okay, I am in a long right here, and I am planning to add to my position if we do come lower. I am thinking of if we do have, because there will be a pump, okay, and there might be a dump before that, but I might be taking profits on Bitcoin depending on how we react against the $53,000. Because 53 will be reached maybe in days or maybe in a couple of weeks. We will see that spike, okay? And I'm planning to take profits there maybe, or depending on the kind of price action that we have, okay? If we do see a very high volume to the upside and we see a lot of consolidation with low volume, then, I might not take too much profits, or depending on that price action. But the question is, can we come lower before having a bounce? Yeah, of course we can. Yeah, it is very likely that will happen. So I just don't feel like shorting here. I don't feel like shorting because we've just gone down for so long and there's so much bearish sentiment. I don't feel safe shorting here. But I do see the price action of Bitcoin coming down to retest the low 40k levels before potentially getting a bounce in the next coming weeks. That is if we do not bounce from this level. So yeah, I mean, I got a lot of people for Phantom. We did take a look at Phantom also, and sorry guys if I didn't take a look at the chart. Phantom, yesterday we talked about Phantom, I think, on the live stream and on my video, and it was looking pretty good on Phantom. Okay, it's just because basically Phantom is one of those layer 1 projects, smart contract projects that will be doing well in the future. They're going to be one of those survivors such as AVAX, Solana, Luna. All of these are going to do great. A bunch of altcoins are just going to drain and go to the downside and even lose the summer lows and kind of almost disappear, right? But this one, Phantom, will be here and will maybe be one of the leaders of the bull run. Okay, I don't see Bitcoin being, if we do have that run up Q1, Q2 of 2022, I see Bitcoin lagging behind, and I see Ethereum breaking all-time highs before Bitcoin. I see these layer 1s also breaking all-time highs before Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to lag. Okay, it's the granddaddy. It's going to lag a little bit. It'll be losing market dominance. And I see, instead of 2017 being Bitcoin the leader, Bitcoin still is going to be the leader, but it'll be kind of the second leader. All these layer 1s such as Avalanche, Ethereum mainly, Avalanche, Luna, Phantom, we are going to see them breaking all-time high before Bitcoin potentially. This is if we continue the bull run, okay? But what I saw about what we did see about Phantom here is that it is very, very likely, looking at this lower high structure here, and this is on the daily. We can go to the 4 hourly better. I think it is very, very likely it's going to start pumping right here because we are at the extreme oversold. We did have a massive drop here with high volume, and high volume at the end of a trend. Okay, when you have been dropping for the last few weeks and you have a spike in volume, very, very high at the end of a trend, it's very, very likely that you are just going to go sideways here because the selling pressure has been so high from the top that it is very, very likely that this selling pressure is just not going to be there anymore. And this is the kind of reaction that we see on the price action, where we are just going sideways and we are potentially bottoming out. Okay, I'm not going to say it is the bottom, because you could still have slightly volatility to the downside, retesting the lows from the 4th of December. In the case of Phantom, it is $1.14, sorry, approximately. That could still happen, but at some point having that major bounce. Okay, and for Phantom to be bullish, we would have to break the $1.80, $2 range, okay, which is this massive resistance and support level, to start thinking of a trend reversal. Okay, now what we talked about yesterday on my video is, if we do come all the way up here, which is likely in the next coming days, people may be going to get a little bit bullish, Phantom pumping at 180 or $2. This is a very, very strong resistance. We might get heavily rejected and continue to the downside. If we start breaking this level, it is very, very likely going to be the start of a potential trend reversal. Now, until that happens, we've still got a lot to do here. Still got a lot to do. We need to get to the 180 or $2 range and break it, because even though we pump all the way up here, we are still in a massive, massive downtrend where we could get heavily rejected and continue down. But when we start breaking this, and if we do it with high volume, any type of retracement, if we do get the chance, is going to be great to get into the start of a trend reversal, right? Who wants to get into a short right here? Who wants to get in a short right here? It would have been great, great short. Who wants to get in if we do see that kind of price action in the next coming weeks, and everybody's going to be extremely bullish, Phantom almost breaking all-time high, in January of 2022. You want to try and get into that wave, right? And the best place to do it, in my opinion, is Bybit. Okay, you can trade Phantom on Bybit because of the fees. The fees are extremely low. They do have Phantom. They do have a bunch of cryptos, and you get the best bonus down below. Okay, on Bybit, you get up to $4,100 worth of bonus. Okay, so yeah, make sure to check out the link in the description. You'll be helping me out. I get a small commission. You get the best bonus, guys. Let's take a look at right. What else? What else do we have here? No. If BTC falls to 30k, will you still add margin to your BTC long position? No, I've got my liquidation stop loss at about 35k. If BTC hits 35k, then yeah, it's not going to be looking good. We might be in a multi-monthly bear market. Okay, I'm not going to say yearly. I don't think we are going to see those yearly, multi-yearly bear markets. Okay, I think monthly, it's going to be sad. 2022 will be sad. Q1, Q2, Q3. But it will be sad, but it will be exciting at the same time, because, crypto will bounce back. Bitcoin and crypto will bounce back. So, from those sad times, an exciting time is ahead. Okay, so no. If BTC goes down to 30k, then yeah, no. I'll be getting stopped out here, and looking for other positions. But one of the reasons why also is because I'm starting to long is because of the insane support that there is at 40k levels, just by looking at the VPVR, okay, as well. And this is one of the only indicators that I use, one of the only ones that I like to see some solid support levels. We can take a look at the daily here better and zoom out. Hang on a second. Here, there is better. The reason why is because the huge amount of buying pressure that there was on Bitcoin back in January, also back in July and August, was so high. And I remember here how many people were saying this is a redistribution, everybody's wrong. There was more people actually calling for bear market here than here actually. More people calling for a bear market, and this being a redistribution, because if you take a look at the Wyckoff schematic, distribution and accumulation phases, you could, and it did look like a potential redistribution. And one of the reasons why I knew that this, I was leaning more for an accumulation event than a distribution, because of the volume profile. And on a distribution, you want to see, or an accumulation. If you just take a look at the schematic, this is a reaccumulation because you go up. This is a distribution because you go down. This is a accumulation because you go up. And, if you take a look at my summer videos, I was sticking to an accumulation. And while time was going past, I was more confident of an accumulation. I got a little bit scared. I'm going to be honest here. When we saw this kind of price action, this was the last fake out, the last dip. And I was saying, what's going on? What's going on? This should be an accumulation. And the reason why I thought this was an accumulation was because of volume profile reading. When you read the volume profile, and I did explain this yesterday, but anyway, if you're new here, I want to explain it again. When you check out the volume profile and you do have in a range more volume on the downside, okay, you can see more volume here on the low 30k levels than the 40k range, right? There's more of these yellow and blue spikes at the low 30k levels. If it were to be a redistribution where the whales are actually selling, the whales don't sell at the lowest point, okay, of a redistribution event. They sell at the highest point. They manipulate the price so they can sell heavily at the highest point. And the volume profile should have been inverted. And what do I mean by inverted? Where you don't see this like that, you should see it like this, where there should be more spikes on the upper 40k levels than the actual 30k levels. And this means there's higher volume on the higher range of the redistribution. There is higher pressure. There's higher selling. These are the whales, the ones that have more liquidity, the ones that are moving the market. And in this case, there was more volume on the downside. And this is why around this area, I was saying it's a reaccumulation. This is an accumulation event because whales, there's more buying pressure on the downside of the 30k levels and not on the 40k levels. And this is the beauty about the VPVR. It is an incredible indicator. And right now where we are consolidating is at this massive spike, okay, on the volume profile. You can see the consolidation is right in the middle of this massive spike in volume profile. Now, if we do start losing this range, I think, what we could see is some spikes here hitting the low 40k level where the start of this massive volume is. And the reason why I think this level will be defended, because the people that bought Bitcoin right over here, and the whales and people that bought Bitcoin right over here, they were buying. And, it's been a large consolidation range. They would have to sell for the price of Bitcoin to actually go to 30k or even sub 30k levels. I just don't see that happening. I think these are long-term hodlers. It all depends really what happens. But looking at the chart, it doesn't make sense that they are gonna sell anyway. So that is my take here, looking at the volume profile. If you understood that, I think BTC John Cena says 52k BTC before the dump. Just don't trade on too high leverage in the choppy zone. Yeah, John Cena. I mean, this is exactly what I'm expecting. I do see BTC hitting 52, 53. What I'm not too sure if we are going to have enough power to break this major zone, okay? It is a very, very solid resistance zone. It is also, the support turning into resistance from these higher lows. We got so much of a big chance of getting rejection there. It's insane. So this is why I'm planning to take profits on my trade, okay, right at that area, because we can get massive rejection here. If we start consolidating, okay, I will leave some of my trade open. I will have it protected, obviously, because my position is well down here at the 46.5k levels. I will get my stop loss at break even, just in case we do have a kind of a heavy drop after this major resistance zone. Anyway, we'll be analyzing this. It looks like BTC is having a little bit of a pumpy action. It is Sunday. I think it is great to see on the weekly. I'm excited looking at the weekly. to see Bitcoin closing a weekly candle above the resistance here of these lower highs. Okay. I mean, everything's pointing out that, yeah, we should see some kind of reversal in the next coming weeks. Okay, we should. Guys, this is going to be it, okay, for the live stream. Smash up that like button. Let's try and get to 300 likes. Not much people today. Weird. Sunday, usually a lot more people. But I think market is boring. Market's not doing anything. I think it's going to be boring for the rest of the day and maybe tomorrow. Next week will be exciting. As I said, okay, time is running out. Time is running out because of the title. Okay, it's a little bit of clickbait, guys. I need to get traffic to my YouTube. This is why I put these thumbnails and this clickbait, because I want people to come to the channel. I want to give them my opinion. Then you can think it's a bunch of crap or it's great. Then that's your opinion. But I want to show you what I can see, and you can take your own conclusion out of that. Guys, make sure to check out the Bitcoinsensus website. We post the latest news and technical analysis every single day. You might see bearish, bullish predictions. You can take your own decision to see what you can see on the chart. You got the affiliate links down below, okay, to support the channel also from Bybit, PrimeXBT. I get a small commission. You get the best bonus available. Check out all our socials. Join Telegram. We got our moderators here super active. We got moderators super active on Telegram. You can join the alerts channel just to know the alerts of YouTube posts, also from videos, YouTube, also new news on the Bitcoinsensus website. So yeah, thanks guys for the insane support. I will be doing more updates tomorrow, more live streams every single day, guys. Every single day. Make sure to tag me in the Telegram group if you want to know anything personal. Okay, so yeah, thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, hang on a second, guys. Sorry, I got a super chat. I'm not leaving just yet. Let me take a look at the super chat. Right, super chat. Olisa, okay, Dragon Chain, please. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm going to take a look at Dragon Chain. I think Dragon Chain is it's a sleeping giant, okay? You've asked one because I do have a pretty large bag. Well, it's not a large bag. It's about 4 or 5% of my portfolio. It is not looking too great. I think this is just a nice consolidation. I do see Dragon Chain potentially reversing very, very soon, okay? This one's a long-term hodl, okay? I have this one. I bought a bag at 11 cents. I am down. I just bought a bag a few weeks ago, and I'm down on Dragon Chain, okay? So overall, Dragon Chain is not looking too bad. Let me just zoom in here. On the logarithmic, okay, this is on the logarithmic, not looking too bad. Still creating, pretty nice higher lows. It is just about to lose this last higher low. Not looking too great, but another theory that I got here is that it is following an arc, okay? And if you take a look at this arc, and this is just a theory of mine, that Dragon Chain is in a massive arc here. Looking at and I think we are not going to lose. We're not going to come back down and lose, okay? These major levels. So you create lower lows, massive bear market since 2018. Now you are bottoming out on Dragon Chain, okay? It's just having a little bit of volatility before you start spiking to the upside. Now Dragon Chain is an excellent blockchain project, okay? And they do have their developers. They are working. It's a United States based. Really cool stuff. If you want to ask me more personal stuff, I can send you some documents about Dragon Chain. And I think this one, a project comes out, there's massive hype, massive correction. It just needs sideways action. It needs more time for development, and at some point it will have its time, okay? It will have its time. So yeah, just holding tight on Dragon Chain. I don't see Dragon Chain doing too bad in the next coming months. So overall, I see this arc continuation. I think in the next coming months, if we do see bullishness Q1, Q2, 2022, I think Dragon Chain will do extremely well. A potential target on Dragon Chain is almost hitting the $1, okay, in the next coming months. I know it sounds not real, okay, just by looking at this chart, but looking at this one on the yearly, we are. It looks like we're forming a kind of arc. We're going sideways. The bearishness has finished. We've gone sideways. and it's just following a different cycle. So I mean, just looking at my point of view on Dragon Chain, they do have insane tech, United States based. I have some really cool documents I can give you on the Telegram group. Okay, well I'll get them ready for another live stream. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much, and please send the documents. Make sure to join the Telegram group, and yeah, Dragon Chain is definitely moving. They are active, okay? They are active, and they are really doing really cool stuff. I will send them to you on the Telegram group, okay? Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Thanks, moderators, for the insane support. Make sure to join all our socials are down below. Thank you.